Welcome to Bluepresents, a podcast. I'm your host, Blue Rivera, and today on my show, man, I'm talking about 5 songs I listen to when I am mad, man. I just feel like a lot of things in the world right now are really starting to get under my skin, whether it's, stuff going on in the world, stuff going on in the governments, to hell, so, some stuff going on at my house. You never know what it might be, but these are some songs I like to put on that are just aggressive, man, and, really just, even though it's hard and heavy, kind of mellow my mood out. So, it is what it is, man. But before we get started, man, I just want to say thank you to anybody who continues to keep listening to this show, man. I'm so thankful and appreciative to everyone who continues to listen to this show, man. I want to give a special shout out this week to a good friend of mine, a coworker of mine, Wayne, man. He just got turned on to my podcast, man, and he's letting me know episodes he's listening to. So, Wayne, if you're listening to this one, man, this one's for you, brother, man. I appreciate you listening, and I appreciate anybody else who's taking the time to listen. Once again, if you'd like to be a guest on my show or you have a show idea, hit me up on Facebook at Blue Presents a Podcast, Instagram and Twitter at Podcast of Blue. Thank you guys once again, man. Sit back, relax, and let's talk about it. All right, guys, let's get into the meat and potatoes of today's show. I'm talking about 5 songs I listen to when I'm mad, and I think this is probably one of the best lists I could put together currently with the state of the world and everything that's going on, man. I find myself becoming more and more pent up with frustration and anger, and music is just that great release for me, man. It is better than anything I can think of to release some of my frustrations and tensions, and some of these songs are reflective, even, some of them being almost 10 years old. They're very reflective of what the time is now and what exactly we're going through, man. So I think this is just something I was thinking about for a while, and I said, hell, let's talk about it on the podcast, man. I think this is a great idea. So like I said, it's just 5 songs, man, and let's talk about them, man. So the first song up, number 5, I'm going to tell you guys, is the band Kids Like Us, and the song is called Monster Squad off their 2005 Out of Control album, man. This is a short but sweet song. It is 1 minute and 10 seconds of just pure pissed off, short and sweet and right to the point, man. I think the opening line is the best line ever, which is, "We don't give a fuck. We'll fuck you up, man." And I think it is very indicative sometimes, and just thinking about situations that go on in the world, man, where sometimes it's just, you really just have to, I hate saying this, man, and I'm not saying, you should choose violence, but sometimes you just have to stand up for yourself, and you just have to remind people that it's not okay to do the things that they're doing, and they shouldn't get away with those things. I know we live in this world where, that's not really an acceptable thing, but also at the same time, too, we have to stand up, and this song is a perfect example of just simple but aggressive music, and it's fucking awesome. By the way, there's a mention of a Brandon in this song. I don't know who Brandon is, but damn, Brandon knows what's up. Anyways, so yeah, number 5, Kids Like Us, Monster Squad, awesome song. My number 4 is the intro to Throwdown's 2003 Haymaker album, and it's called Intro, Never Back Down. The thing I love about this song, besides obviously it's extremely aggressive, is the intro makes you feel like you're at a live show, and I'm sure it was taken from a live show, and it makes you feel that rage, and it makes you feel like you're prepared for war. The other thing I love about this is it's heavy, but it's positive to me, at least, and just basically saying never back down, never give in, and once again, just the breakdown in this song to me is just prime 2003 hardcore music, and I feel like I'm jumping all over the place, but there's a lot of things about this song that really speak to me. Actually, this whole album could have made this list, because there's just so many great songs on here that are just frustration based. This is a little bit more, for the straight edge crowd, but I think it still speaks to someone who's just pissed off at the world, pissed off at a lot of things, man. And to realize, you shouldn't back down from a lot of these things, man, and you should stay true to who you are as a person, no matter what that is, man. So like I said, it's a heavy song, positive song, and it just makes you feel the rage and just prepared for war, man. And like I said, man, this whole album to me could have made this list. And some people are like, oh, well, you have it at number 4. There's a couple other songs I feel like they're a little bit more explain my rage when I'm really upset, but this is one of those songs, man. Definitely I could put on this whole album after a really rough day, after just a day of just being pissed off at the world, or being pissed off at something that may have happened at work, something that may have happened during my day. But this is a good song to just get me back to me, get me back to center. And I know it's crazy because I'm sure some people are just like, oh, well, you listen to heavy music to get yourself calm. Man, sometimes that's the best way to do it. And some people who are listening to the show probably understand that more than anybody else who probably doesn't understand that, But yeah, once again, number 4, Throwdown, the intro, Never Back Down, 2003 Haymaker, awesome fucking album. If you haven't heard it, go listen to it. Right into my number 3, man. And this one, anytime I feel like somewhat defeated, or I feel like, I need to get up on my feet again, man. And the number 3 is Hatebreed, I Will Be Heard, off their 2002 Perseverance album. Another positive, heavy song that reminds me sometimes, when I'm not being heard, or I don't feel like I'm being heard, this is the song where it just reminds me that, things might be shitty or crappy right now, but if I can find the resolve in myself to pick myself up, I can push forward. And once again, like I said, it just should be, it's a heavy song, man, that provides perspective, man. It puts a lot of things in perspective, even complex emotions in the song, because, some of us, when we get upset, it's more than just yelling and rage. Sometimes it's tears. Sometimes it's just pure passion pouring out of you, and you're frustrated about whatever it may be that is upsetting you. And like I said, this song, I think, it's simply a heavy song, but it gives you the perspective of so many emotions where you're so upset, you're in tears, you're so upset, you feel disrespected, you feel let down, you feel those, like I said, complex emotions of being upset about whatever it is you're upset about. And once again, it's one of those things, man, where it's okay to be upset. It's about how you respond. And this is one of those things where it's just, yes, I'm mad. Yes, I'm angry. But what am I going to do to make it better? I'm going to stand up on my feet. I'm going to rise, and I will be heard at the end of the day, man. And like I said, this is just amazing. And the last thing I can say about that is disrespect is absolutely not tolerated. I don't care who you are, what your race is, what your religion is, no matter what, we should all be respecting each other. And I sound like, a school teacher in this, or I sound like somebody's fucking parent. I am a parent. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But this is, I don't care who you are, man. Love and respect for everybody. And for those who won't do that, I'm sorry, you got to get the fuck out of here with that. For real. So number 3, Hatebreed, I Will Be Heard. All right, number 2 is super personal to me, man, because it just, this band, this album, when it came out during, a pretty rough part of my life, man. And I really feel like it got me through some things, man. And I'm talking about The Ghost Inside. The song is called Mercy, off their 2014 album, Dear Youth, man. And this band is a constant for me, man, through a lot of difficult moments that I've had in my life. And, I'm not going to sit here and do a whole, woe is me or upset, life has been, hard, because I'm sure there's other people who have had it harder than what I've had it, but I've had some things happen in my life, man, where this band just really has got me through some deep and dark times, man. And once again, another aggressive but positive song, man. When the chips are down, what are you gonna do, man? And to be honest with you, the line that sticks out, and I'm sure it sticks out to anybody who's listened to this song, is life is swinging hard, but I'm swinging harder, which is, life's pinning me down, but am I going to swing harder? Am I going to fight harder? Am I going to remind myself that in this moment of weakness, I have to keep fighting no matter what it is? We all have to find those reasons to fight for ourselves. And once again, we're not perfect, but we can be better, and this song kind of encapsulates some of those feelings, some of those things that, like I said, when you're feeling at your lowest moment, you're feeling like life is just, really running you through the ringer, man. What are you prepared to do? How are you prepared to respond? And I'm sure for some people, we always don't have the best response, man. But once again, like I said, music can be that vessel for you. That music can be that driving force. And I've always felt like, a band like The Ghost Inside is a driving force for when I feel like I'm either not good enough or not where I want to be mentally, physically, or whatever it may be, to remind me that I can change it. It's just, what am I prepared to do to make that change? Seriously, man. So sorry to be like super preachy on this podcast, but like I said, man, this subject matter of this is not just songs that when I'm mad or well, they are songs when I'm mad, but they just kind of bring me back to the center to realize whatever I was mad about, it either wasn't worth it, or I need to respond in a way that makes an impact, or I need to respond in a way that is tactful and careful, and the music can really encapsulate the rage and all those other things that I feel inside me, and just kind of like a calming sensation, much like deep breathing for some people, much like going for a jog, so on and so forth. Performing music, man, it's a release for some of us, and hell, tell me what helps you get through a difficult time like this. What are songs you listen to when you're upset and you're mad? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, once again, number 2, The Ghost Inside, Mercy. All right, my last song is just straight, I fucking love this band. This band has definitely been a constant since I was probably in high school, and that is the Acacia Strain, and the song is JFC, which, if you know what that stands for, and it's off their 2008 Continent album. This is just rage, disgust, darkness just rolled into one sandwich that doesn't let up until from beginning to end, man. And it really just encapsulates some of the disgust with the injustices of humanity, the cruelty of humanity, while essentially in, no certain terms. And if you listen to this song, or if you've never listened to the song and you read the lyrics and you're like, wow, that's really fucked up. It's just an expression of just sometimes how disgusting the world can be, man. And the best line of this entire song is clearly the first line and the last line said in this, which is, I am the end of the world, and just kind of like, in a weird way, I feel like their vocalist was like, here's, my supervillain plan if I were to be a supervillain, but understand where the disgust, where the rage, where the just really just fucking, maddening suffering you see in the world, and how you would just end it all sometimes, you know what I'm saying? And granted, this is not an opinion that I share with anything, but I can understand the metaphor within the song that just, sometimes you just wish you could just, boom, hit that button and it just, it stops, everything stops, but also at the same time too, once again, like I said, music is used as an escape, and this artistic, in my opinion, autistic expression of how he feels like he would just end the world just reminds me that, once again, it's another thing coming from a place of just absolute distrust, darkness, injustices, cruelty, so on and so forth. I could just list the number of things that are shitty about the world currently going on, and we'd be here all day. But also at the same time, like I said, I think this is an artistic escape from just being upset with everything, and just, like I said, at the same token too, we as the world are kind of the end of the world, if you will, and I think this is probably the best perfect song to end end everything on a shitty note, I guess, because it just, like I said, it just encapsulates absolute rage and anger. And like I said, man, we all express ourselves in completely different ways, man. I think it's best that you express in the most healthiest way. And if you ever feel like you're in a dark place, I think you need to reach out to someone, reach out to a friend. Hell, you know, I try to reach out to my friends as often as I possibly can to let them know, hey man, I'm thinking about you, and you know, I hope you're doing well. And if you're not doing well, man, I love you. I want you to do better. And like I said, man, this list I put together was just kind of just some of the things that I listen to kind of calm myself down. And you may not do that when you're upset or when you're mad. You may need to take a couple deep breaths. You may need to, you know, like I said before, run or something to kind of get yourself back to center. And I think that's what you need to remember. While everything about this world and everything about, you know, something going on in your life may be shitty, but you always have to find the center for yourself, because if you don't, it'll lead you down a really, really dark path. And like I said, I just love the fact that, to me, these songs, music in general, are an escape. They're a release. They're an ability to have someone feel the same way that you feel. Sometimes it's extreme. Sometimes it's not as extreme. Sometimes it's something in a positive sense. Sometimes it's really fucking dark. But that's unfortunately, you know, the world that we live in. That's the life that we live in, unfortunately, man. And like I said, man, this is just, like I said, I came up with this list. Listen to some of these songs, man. If you like them, you like them. If you don't, hell, like I said, tell me some of your songs that you listen to when you're mad. Let's vent. Let's talk, man. Like I said, let's connect, man. And this is the beautiful thing about music. This is why we love music the way we love music. And like I said, man, you know, to each his own, man. So anyways, I'm going to wrap up the show, man. Like I said, number one, the Acacia Strain, JFC. If you don't know what that means, look it up and you'll figure it out. But like I said, man, I just want to thank you guys for listening to today's show, man. Super, super appreciate it. Like I said, man, let me know what you're listening to when you're fucking mad or when you're raging or whatever the case is. Let me know if you enjoy some of these songs as well, man. And I'm going to try to figure out this little Spotify thing, and maybe I should put together some playlists and see if we can't, you know, people can, you know, maybe try to see if I can get people to add stuff to it so we can have a nice, you know, good playlist of when we're all mad, we can just slam on something real nice and heavy, you know what I'm saying? So thank you guys, and I appreciate you guys once again coming back and listening, man. All right, you guys have a great day.